All right, so here goes one of my many traumatic events having to do with a vehicle. I'll leave it at that. And real quick, I just gotta say, if you're new coming to my page, thank you for coming. Check out all my other videos and shorts and whatnot. You will be entertained. Um, if you're returning, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I wish I could put more videos out. I was dealing with phone difficulties, whatever. You don't need to hear all that shit, but it's all good now. Okay? So I appreciate you if you're still tuning in and hanging in there with me. And last but certainly not least is in 2 days I'm going to be at Spotify filming uh, with Ian Bick for his podcast, Locked In with Ian Bick. So you should tune into his channel and watch his videos and peep for when my episode comes out. I'm not sure when it will, but it's happening. So, with all that being said, I'm going to just get straight into the story. So, this took place in 2020. All right. So, in 2019, no, 2020, I got a DUI in the beginning of the year, January. And like 6 or 5 months after that, I ended up going to rehab. So I was in rehab, and for like 3 months, like I was like in the program and shit. And then finally, like when I got out of it, um, I was talking to one of the people that like worked there, and I was explaining my DUI situation, and I was saying how I wanted to get a car. And the like staff lady, whatever, was like, why can't you get a car? Buy a car. You have a license, right? I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, buy a car. So that's exactly what I did. I bought a little Toyota Camry. It was like a 2002, and it was perfect, man. It was perfect for me. Like, I'm not a big car person. My first order of business was going to like an audio shop and getting like a little dashboard, touchscreen dashboard, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth shit put into this old Camry. But the thing that was cool about that car was that when I was getting work done on it, they explained to me that the person who owned it before me had already put in Bose speakers into it. So, not that that's like a full system or something, but like it sounded pretty good. Like it didn't sound horrible. I liked it. So, had that car, got it just off of the side of the street. Somebody was selling it, bought it for like 2 or 3 grand, and I had that whip. So now I was like driving to like, cause like after doing like the program, you have to do outpatient for like 6 months, and that was like around the corner from where I stayed in my sober living. So like I had the car, and I could drive there instead of having to like walk or take a Uber or something like that. And you know I would straight up load my car up with people, and apparently that was like a rule you weren't supposed to do, but I never got in trouble for it, and I never tried to hide it. Like other people would be like, don't tell anybody that we're driving together, or drop me off around the corner, da 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 da. Like I don't know, just I was able to kind of get away with more than maybe an average person. I don't know why, but yeah. So having that car, it was nice. It was nice to have a car to be able to like get places and stuff like that, and to like try to work, and it was nice. So having that car, came a day where I can remember I got a flu shot that day, because they would offer shit like that at the rehab. Like they would offer you if you wanted like the COVID vaccine, or like they were always like offering stuff like that if you wanted it. So they were offering flu shots, and I was like, sure, I'll get a flu shot. And I really regret doing that because it made me feel like shit, dude. I felt so bad. Like, I hated it. Like, I just felt so weird and off. And I didn't like it. So I call up somebody that I had met through the program who was like he worked there, and he stayed in Bakersfield. So he was like, "Yo, come through to Bakersfield and like we could chill." And like that shit was like a 2 hour drive from where I was. Like it was not close at all. But I just like, I don't know, I felt weird and like I didn't want to be home, not home, but at my sober living. And I just kind of wanted to like be out or like do something. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll go. So I'm gonna go solo by myself. And he gives me his address and he's like, yeah, come through. And I had already been out there, so like I wasn't familiar, but like I kind of was. So I take off and I get onto the freeway, and I'm driving on the freeway, and I'm driving and I'm getting over and getting over, and I'm in the fast lane. I'm not in the carpool lane, but I'm in the lane right next to the carpool lane. Okay. So I'm driving, and then I'm like, I remember I was near Burbank. Okay. I was near Burbank, and I was driving, and all of a sudden, my wheel just started like rumbling, like that, like, and I was like holding it, like I was just like holding it, but the wheel was just like shaking like violently, like uncontrollably violent, like I was holding it as hard as I could, and I'm just driving, and I'm just like I'm going like 90 or like 95 going. All of a sudden, my tire just fucking explodes. Bah! And all of a sudden, like my car, I can feel I'm sliding in my car. I'm sliding because the tire completely popped, and it was my front left tire. So that shit exploded, and I'm just like trying to hold on for dear life, and I'm like the car, there are cars around me and everything, and man, like I don't even know. I got lucky because like I guess maybe there wasn't someone directly next to me in the carpool lane. So when my tire popped, and it was my left front tire, so it made my car go like to the left. So I went into the carpool lane. I'm sliding into the carpool lane. Like I'm not putting any like my foot on the steering wheel or anything. Like I'm just going from like the speed I had built up until my tire popped. So I'm just like sliding, and I'm just trying to keep my car like straight. Finally, it comes to a stop in the carpool lane, and my car is just stopped right there. So cars are having to like go around me, and like that shit was like, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was pretty scary because like I've seen videos online of people not paying attention and driving like thankfully this was during the daytime, so like I would have been way more like tripping at night. So people were like, they seen it happen, like everybody heard that pop, and everybody saw me like trying to like guide my car the best that I could, which I give myself some props that I was able to, like, I didn't scratch the side of my car on the wall or anything. I just got close to it and I stopped. So I'm like sitting in my car, but then I'm like I'm like trying to think like should I be outside of the car? Should I stay inside of the car? Like I don't fucking know. I don't know what to do. So I get out of the car, and I'm just trying to like because I just didn't want to be in it in case, like I was saying, if somebody's driving and they just fucking ram into the back of my car. So I'm standing like in front of my car, like with like my back basically against the median, and everybody starts yelling at me. They're like, hey, 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 hey. And like they were like telling me to get back inside. They're like, get back inside the car, and I was like, whoa. Or like, all right. So all of a sudden, like my car was just in the way. I couldn't do anything about it. Like literally, couldn't do anything about it. So I waited until finally like a highway patrol cop came. So the highway patrol cop came, and I'm talking to him, and he's like asking me like, yo, do you think your car can like move? Like, do you think you if I can like get a lane for you, like can you get from this side to the side that has like the side you can pull off on? Because remember, I'm in the carpool lane. Like I want to get out of that shit just as much as everybody else wants me to get out of it, you know? Like I didn't want to be there. So this highway patrol guy, he's able to use his car kind of as like a barrier, and he's able to stop all the lanes of traffic that are coming on. I was either on the 110 or the 101. I don't remember, but either way, like, you know, it's kind of like a thing. So he makes all the cars like stop for me, and I start my car, and I'm able, even though one of my tires completely gone, I'm able to move from the carpool lane all the way over to the right hand shoulder, which just that alone made me feel better for sure. 1,000%. Like, I still wasn't feeling great, all things considered, but, you know, I was glad to be out of the carpool lane because that shit was not cool. So I pull over to the other side, and the highway patrol dude takes off. Doesn't even say anything to me. He just takes off. And I'm like sitting there, and I'm just like wondering, like, was I supposed to do something? Like, was I supposed to like call, or like whoa, like what? And you know, a couple minutes go by. I was trying to call my like insurance. I was trying to call like, and my insurance was already fucked before this, man. Like, and it only got worse from there. But so I'm like trying to call like AAA. I don't even think I was able to have AAA, but I called my insurance company, and this all of a sudden this little white pickup truck parks behind me, and these like they park behind me, and then these two guys get out, and they're wearing like those like bright vests, like those like neon vests, and they were apparently like a service that I guess on the freeway, if stuff happens to you, there's like a free service that you can like get help from, where they like, so these like that's basically what happened. These guys showed up. I don't know if that highway patrol dude called it in or whatever, but these guys came, and they dude, the underneath part of my car, like the plastic was all like, it was all like stuck underneath my car, like dragging on the ground, like just like it was, it just made a horrible dragging like noise and everything, and like it definitely was, did not feel good. But shout out to those guys on the like whatever service that is for the freeway, because they were able to help me out. They were able to like cut like the plastic that was hanging down, and then the guy took a little like metal wire type thing, and he was able to make like a knot with it and twist it and kind of like MacGyver it into position to make it stay. And then they used my they were able to put my spare on, and then that tire, they just took it or trashed it, I don't know, but that shit was just like a bicycle tire that was exploded. So basically they were able to help me out and put the boot on and kind of like, you know, fix that for me. But I was all the way in like Burbank, so I decided, I was like, I'm not going further, like I'm going back. So I decided that I was going to drive back to the South Bay to my area, and that I was not going to continue trying to go to Bakersfield, because obviously that didn't go so well on my first attempt, and I wasn't really trying to like push it or anything. So, you know, I end up driving back to my area, and then I had to go and I had to get brand new tires, man. I had to get 4 brand new tires that were expensive as shit. I don't even remember how much I spent. At least a G, you know. So, anyways, luckily I didn't get hurt. My car wasn't messed up that bad, and problems would arise from that later on, but not immediately. But they would come, and it was it was just something I was constantly having to get fixed and whatever. And it's weird how that can connect to my injury that just happened to me at the beginning of this year, but that's another story for another day. So anyways, that's the story of how my tire exploded. Trust me, you don't ever want to be in that situation, especially on the damn freeway in the fast lane. Like, I don't want to live through that again. I don't even want to think about it, honestly, with all the other st- stuff that I have. Like, I don't even want to think about it, man. That shit was scary. I'm not gonna lie. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy the story. Hope you get something out of it. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things, and yeah, appreciate you if you watch, and if not, then hey, it's here for somebody. So, hope everybody has a nice week, and peace.